What's good, everybody? Cozy Boy Don back again with another video. And before the video start, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell next to it. And let's get into the video, man. Let's go. Jalen Green. If you don't know who Jalen Green is, he's a 6'6" guard that played this past year in the G League with their new developmental pro team, the G League Ignite. Going into this past year, Jalen was the #1 player in his high school class, and as of right now, he's kept up his status as such, aside from guys like Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham giving him a run for his money. Jalen has the ability to put the ball in a hole and excite crowds and his teammates with his electric bounce and elastic athleticism. In this past season, in the G League, he averaged 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists a game in 17 appearances in the G League bubble. And it's safe to say he's impressed as he's a projected top 3 pick. Now let's take a look at this game and see what he can do. Jalen Green has the ability to be a super scorer at the next level. Jalen has the ability to put the ball in the hole at all 3 levels of the floor, and in this past season, he showed the ability to work for some points off of the ball as well. He came off of screens, he ran off of back cuts, and things like that, and being able to get easy baskets are the catalyst of all great scorers and being able to put points on the board at the NBA level. With the ball in his hands, his explosiveness helped him a bit. His first step is crazy quick, and it worried defenders, so they were set up for his moves to get him open on the perimeter. He also has a nice looking jumper, and dare I say, it is silky smooth. It's silky smooth. He also has a decent in-between game, but he needs to work on his floaters, but mid-range pull-ups are pretty good. He was also pretty good when looking to score and pick and rolls. His explosiveness and slither ability was amazing to see when he was getting downhill and getting to the rim. He kind of reminds me of a Slinky a little bit, the way he's able to contort his body and finish at the rim, but he also has the ability to take you to the boom boom room and put his defender in the rim. And speaking of bounce, Jalen was able to show off his athleticism in transition. It came on steals that he got, and he had the chance to energize his team. He was throwing lobs, catching and finishing lobs, and throwing out some insane dunks. I think this is a small thing that is helpful in a team sense, because it's almost the same thing, in my opinion, to an energy play on the defensive end. And he also has some nice passes on the break that leads me into his playmaking. Jalen is not a natural playmaker, but does this mean he's not a willing passer? No, he's a very willing passer. He showed the ability to make some slick passes and easy one-more passes, and sometimes when he knew he didn't have the ability to score on a specific possession, he'll just give it up. And I think Jalen will be a decent secondary playmaker as he continues to develop his game. As is the case with all young scorers though, Jalen's weaknesses on the offensive end come from his shooting consistency and shot selection. Jalen can also tend to be out of control at times, and I think that leads to a lot of his turnovers and some bad shot attempts, but once the game slows down for him, I think his scoring and playmaking ability will be heightened. Jalen's defense is solid, and this comes from his 1-2 on defense. When asked about it, Jalen wants to be a two-way player, and he wants to be able to shut you down, and I think he's going to shock a lot of people with his ability on the defensive end. On the ball, Jalen's elasticity allows him to make plays defensively, like block some shots when recovering, the ability to jump passing lanes, and sometimes getting out on shooters and recovering to stop drives. Jalen's size seems like it would be an easy form of attack, just post him up and bully him, but Jalen's pretty strong and holds up on some post-up attempts. Now there are times on the ball where he's not all the way in the defensive stance, and it leads to him being blown by. This can also happen on attempted closeouts where it'll come out too high and it leads to blow-bys as well. Off the ball, Jalen is up and down a bit. At times, he was able to be a defensive playmaker, getting steals that led into transition opportunities and deflections to break up actions. He also had some pretty good digs as well. And there were some bouts of young fella defense. Young fella defense is being naive on defense, not in position to defend actions off the ball, falling asleep off ball, unnecessary fouling, not communicating, and just overall not being ready to defend advanced pro-level offenses. All in all, Jalen has the ability to be a good defender as he continues to get stronger and understands the NBA level offensive actions. Not just that, but Jalen has the want-to as well, like I stated earlier. He stated that he wants to be a two-way player, and starting his career, I think he'll be able to surprise some people with his performance on defense.
I want to break it down, and so one of the main things that you said to me when we were in Walnut Creek was like you really want to become a two-way player. Yeah. Like I know that was an emphasis for you to show like I'm not some empty stats guy who just scores the ball.
Now, what do I think of Jalen Green? Jalen Green deserves to be at the top half of this draft, either 2, 3, within the top 3. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons took him number 1 if they keep their pick, just because like I'm gonna put this out on the table. Cade is like the prototype of what kind of player you want to have as a franchise player. But if it's strictly talking about fit and you're really invested in Killian Hayes, then I would probably go with Jalen. If you want Killian Hayes to be your point guard, like your go-to guy to carry the playmaking load, then I would go with Jalen, because Jalen will be able to provide that scoring punch next to him, and Killian can play some defense, and they could be a decent backcourt. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to go with the best player available, which I think is still the best player, Cade Cunningham, but I don't think the gap is that big. The only difference is really the playmaking with me. But Jalen really compares to a guy that we just saw last year in the draft, is Anthony Edwards. Guys like that, they bring it to the table with scoring and their explosive ability. Guys like him, Donovan Mitchell, and players like that. I'm not going to compare them to Donovan Mitchell as of right now, because Donovan Mitchell made some damn good leaps and bounds as a player, not even just as a player at this level. He's been able to up his playmaking, his 3-point shooting, everything like that. And I think that's the kind of mold that Jalen Green will be able to be once he gets to the NBA, once the game slows down for him, and once he's able to be consistent on the offensive end. But other than that, that's all I gotta say about Jalen Green. That's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody for watching. If you're not subscribed, what you doing, bro? What you doing? I ain't gonna alienate my sisters. What you doing, sis? Hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the bell next to it. Once you hit the subscribe button, hit a like on the video, and in the comment section, tell me what you think of Jalen Green. Please tell me what you think of Jalen Green. What do you think he'll be able to be at the NBA level? Do you think he could possibly be the number 1 pick over Cade Cunningham? Because the draft is in a couple of days. So let me know. Outside of that, hope everybody has a great day. Hope everybody stays cozy, just like I, Cozy Boy Don. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.